now that we got the spoiler free out of the way, I'm going to try to do a quick rundown with spoilers. So after episode 8, where we get the aftermath of Genosha, one of the two. This episode starts out a little bit right after where episode 8 left off. Charles is now back on Earth with the X-Men, but not everybody's cool with it. It's not this happy reunion like I kind of thought it would be when the series first started. Nah, some of the X-Men actually carry some sort of resentment. Mostly Rogue. Rogue's dealing with the most at the moment. Everybody's feeling the loss of Jenova, but not everybody was there besides Rogue, Magneto, and I believe the other Jean. The only people who really experienced what happened in Jenova was Rogue and Magneto. The animation focuses on the eyes in this episode. It really does help convey the emotion. So after Rogue catches Charles up, Magneto comes back. I don't know if this is so much of a throwback, finally looping back over on itself, or if it's meant to replicate the Magneto that we've gotten in some of the live action X-Men movies. That whole scene of you can join me, but if you don't join me, you're against me. That moment plays out in this scene. But it does something with that moment that I don't think the movies quite captured the right way. When the movies did this, it was always Magneto saying, you can join me. If you don't join me, then you're against me. It was always that. But the motivations behind some of the characters joining Magneto in those movies, it always seems like they trade teams because Magneto just gave a good speech. Plus in the live action X-Men movies, I don't feel we were too attached with those characters like we are the characters in X-Men 97. Because when Rogue and I keep forgetting Jubilee's boyfriend's name, but when Rogue and Jubilee's boyfriend joins the side of Magneto, I felt that was executed better than any time I've seen it in the live action movie. Because you really have a firm understanding of why they're joining his team and why they feel this way, why they think this way. It brings back the moment that I maybe liked the least in X-Men 97. But by the 9th episode, that part that I had a problem with, it is now completely justified by the time it does get to episode 9. Like Rogue's motivation is she just witnessed the obliteration of Genova, one of the two. But she just witnessed that. She lost Gambit as a part of that. But then on top of all of that, they're still having to deal with the main issue. Besides Magneto's speech, that whole Magneto scene I love, but besides that speech, what Rogue says to the team and also Charles Xavier about how she won't watch another mutant die, that goes along with what I was saying about the writing and how well thought out this is, and is one of the many reasons why I've been having so much fun with this show since the first episode. That's all I really have to talk about, but a couple more things I want to mention, a couple of more cool moments from the show. When Morph turns into the Hulk, that whole scene is cool. That whole action scene in this episode is great. It is better than the first action scene we got in the first episode. And one thing that this show has done consistently is shown where the money is going. In the beginning, you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna have some of your best stuff. You're gonna show off some of your best. You're gonna show off your best animation. You're gonna show off. But this show consistently gets better because of the way that they maneuver the budget for it. And that end shot with Wolverine having his animanium ripped out. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen the old X-Men show, so I don't know if they've done that before. It was dope to see them use it here. Episode 9 is fantastic. I'm looking forward to the last episode. I already rated it in the last video, so I'm just going to say, be sure you check out the season finale of X-Men 97 and join me here next week, and we'll talk about the entire series. Also, real quick, I almost forgot to mention, there's a couple of lines and a couple of things from the shows that I did want to talk about. One of them being when Cyclops was talking to Cable, and Cable was making fun of the suits that they were about to be wearing, asking, are they about to go to a circus? And then Cyclops responds, what were you expecting, black leather? Till next time. Alright, y'all.